Good morning. Welcome to the Life Motivators on this beautiful day. You see all these awesome faces within here that is coming here to give you some inspiration and some love today. We've been working on the last chapter, on the magic from Rhonda Bryant. This book right here has been a 28-day practice of different habits, different perspectives, different little ways of looking at things of way. Gratitude has been around for a long time, but yet she just wrote a catchy book to be able to get you in alignment. Only 2 or 3 pages a day is all you had to read or listen to as we came in here and read it for you. We have given away hard copies and the PDF copies as well. You can get them right there in Life Motivators within the file section. This practice right here is something that you can do over and over and over again until you get yourself in true alignment of gratitude, happiness, law of attraction, and that love of life and the love of you. We come in here every day and we talk about the mirror talk and how it has helped us be able to break down the different things that we had demon-wise that we were fighting, our own gremlins that we were fighting with inside. But yet when we got a new perspective of the gratitude for the things that we have within our life now, it opened up our life to a whole different direction. So Miss Jen has offered, for us to read this book within here again, within this community. And each person has come in here and has stepped up on the days that they was able to read for us the different chapters, as we all are leaders within our own communities and our own business and the organizations that we have. But yet we come in here to do what each day? To give back more value than what we're taking. We're giving back something to the world to show you a new perspective that we learned. You don't see the spring chickens running around in here. You've seen people who have lived life, have children, are raising a family, or going through their retirement ages, are building businesses and organizations, are doing something more within life because we feel the burn that we have within inside us, that desire to do something more. So we are a support community for everybody else to succeed within this world of everything that you're going through. And we wanted you to be able to see a different perspective or understand different ways of you speaking to yourself. All started with your thought process. Those thoughts are just as powerful as the words that you speak, because the universal alignment feels them just as well. So Miss Kristal is going to read the last chapter for us today, chapter 28, Remember the Magic. So go ahead, Miss Kristal.
Thank you. All right, so remember the magic. That's the thing with magic. You've got to know it's still here, all around us, or just stays invisible for you. Every day is unique. There is no day like any other day. The good things that happen each day are forever different and forever changing. And so when you remember the magic by counting yesterday's blessings, no matter how many times you do it, it will be different every time. It's just one of the reasons why remember the magic is the most powerful ongoing practice to maintain the magic of gratitude in your life. No matter what your desires are now or what desires you will have in the future, this magical practice will remain the most powerful practice for your entire life. The easiest way to remember the blessings of yesterday is to start by remembering the beginning of the day, when you woke up, and go back over the day in your mind, recollecting the major events of the morning, afternoon, and evening, until you reach the time when you went to bed. When you recall yesterday's blessings, it should be effortless. You are just scanning the surface of yesterday, and as you scan, the blessings will bubble to the surface of your mind. You can start this magical practice by asking the question, what are the good things that happened yesterday? Whenever you ask a question, your mind will immediately look for the answer. Did you receive any great news? Did you magically receive or accomplish one of your desires? Did you magically receive unexpected money? Did you feel especially happy? Did you hear from a friend who you haven't heard from in a long time? Did something go magnificently well for you? Did you receive a great phone call or email? Did you receive a compliment, or did someone express his or her appreciation for you? Did someone help you to solve a problem? Did you help somebody? Did you finish a project or start something new you're excited about? Did you eat your favorite food or watch a great movie? Did you receive a gift, resolve a situation, have a stimulating meeting, quality time with someone, a great conversation, or make plans for something you really want to do? Remember the magic and list yesterday's blessings on a computer or write them out in a journal. Scan over the surface of yesterday until you feel satisfied that you've recalled the blessings of the day. They can be small things or big things because it's not about the size of the blessings. It's about how many blessings you find and how much gratitude you feel for each one. As you remember and notate each one, simply be grateful and say the magic words for it. Thank you. When you want to do this magical practice after today, you can mix it up so that some days you write out the blessings and other days you remember the blessings and say them out loud or in your mind. You can make a quick list of blessings, or you can make a more detailed list saying why you're grateful for each one. There is no set number of blessings to find from yesterday because every day is different. But I can assure you that every single day of your life is full of blessings. And when you have opened your eyes to see the truth of this, you will have opened your heart to the magic of life, and your life will be abundant and magnificent. Whoever has gratitude will be given more, and he or she will have an abundance. Whoever does not have gratitude, even what he or she has will be taken from him or her. Remember the magic. It was created for you. So magic practice number 28. Remember the magic. 1, count your blessings. Make a list of 10 blessings. Write down why you're grateful. Reread your list. And at the end of each blessing, say thank you, thank you, thank you. And feel as grateful for that blessing as you can. You have written 280 blessings over the course of this book. Number 2, remember the magic by counting the blessings of yesterday and write them down. Ask yourself the question, what are the good things that happened yesterday? Scan the surface of yesterday until you feel satisfied that you've remembered and written down all the blessings of each day. Number 3, as you remember each one, simply say the magic words, thank you, for it in your mind. Number 4, after today, you can do the practice as a written list or out loud or in your mind. You can make a quick list of things you're grateful for about yesterday, or make a shorter and more detailed list and say why you're grateful for them. And number 5, just before you go to sleep tonight, hold your magic rock in one hand and say the magic words, thank you, for the best thing that happened to you during that day.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Kristal, for wrapping us up on that book, wrapping us up with that last chapter of the magic and how you have the power. The beautiful words that you just spoke right then and there that came out of this book today. Thank you for that. Thank you for Miss Rhonda for writing this right here, for giving us a little guideline, for learning some new stuff, putting some new perspectives in our life, new little habits that we weren't implementing before. Great things that you can do within you once you understand the power, the magic that you withhold. However you want to do it, whether a little wand, or you want a sack full of fairy dust, or if you want a pocket full of rocks that you can walk around and pull one out for each emotion, each feeling to get rid of it so you can hold it. However you believe that you can get rid of the energies that you don't want, the crystals, whatever it is, doesn't matter. As long as you understand that you put it in there because you believed of it. We believe in the power of the higher energies and the book that has been written thousands of years ago and the practices that it brings within. That is my practice. That is my belief. That is what brings my heart to fulfillment. Because when I release my energies in my life to understand that I am here as a vessel to be able to do better works within me and within my life and the others that are around me. And I thank everybody that comes in here with us each morning to give more gratitude within their own life, for themselves, for the things that they're doing. These faces that you see on these screens today, these are people that are doing something more within their life to be able to shift their energies and their vibration and those around them as well. Are we asking people to change? No, we're asking you to just listen. And if it resonates with you, rock it out. If not, go find your tribe. There's plenty of them out there that you can resonate with. What vibrations do you want? Brother Julio, you got anything on that?
While she was reading, I was just, she was affirming, and in the reading in general, was just affirming good things. There's many practices that the book speaks of, and the number one practice is, of course, how everything starts with that position of gratitude and, just being thankful in general, because it just opens up the door to see so much more about life, to see where we are blessed, to see the abundance in simple situations, in difficult situations and trying situations, because, we all can go through the motions of life and whatever life is taking us through, but to how to see the beauty, how to still be grateful and to find the gratitude in it. I was just jotting a couple things down, and just some encouragement, some encouraging words for you all. You're more than capable. You are more than capable of every situation and every circumstance. Plain and simple. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm 6 foot tall and I'm a little bit under 300 pounds. So I know I'm not going to be able to jump like Mike. But I'm just saying, be realistic, but in that realistic, don't limit, the power and the impact that you have on your own life and that you could have. Life we say it all the time in here, life will change when we begin to change. Things will change when we begin to change, and that change comes about in our practices and in our habits. And I think that we've been given a lot of different practices and a lot of different, we've been given guidelines on habits to practice through reading this book. So if you guys have been, I would hope that you guys have been taking notes. If you don't have the book, and if you do, then I would hope that you would be highlighting and implementing in your journals as much as possible. But be intentional about how you spend your time, how you spend your energy, where your effort is directing you. Wherever your effort, that's what wherever your effort is into, that's where you're directing energy to, because everything is energy. So be intentional in that. Okay, well, I want X, Y, and Z. So let me make sure that everything I'm doing, everything I'm saying, how I'm living, the things that I'm practicing, the habits that I'm implementing, how I carry myself throughout the day, all of those things, cross your T's and dot your I's in the direction that you're heading. Not that you would be perfect, but that you're being intentional. Doing things on purpose, because think for in a blink of an eye, we could be, 3 years on this morning motivation, and with us just realizing that the other day, wow, okay, it's been 2 years, since we've been practicing this and this. So we're coming on here and doing the morning motivators, and, how much we've all grown in here, and even coming up with different material, like reading, the magic and stuff like that. This is something, the next one is something that I've used to definitely help myself grow. We are people who internalize a lot of things that we go through. Not everybody is transparent. Not everybody wants to put their business out there. Not everybody wants to expose themselves, or, hey, I'm going through this, or so take some of the things that we're talking and put them into your practice, for yourself. But you have to learn to encourage yourself. Learn to encourage yourself. I appreciate the encouragement from my peers, you all. I appreciate the encouragement from life motivators in general, or from anybody who I connect with on social media, mentorship, across the board. I appreciate all of that, but I don't think I could get to the position where I'm at if I didn't first learn what it was to encourage myself, to speak the right words over myself.
Believe within yourself. That's it.
Yeah.
Believe within you and what you're doing today. Believe
Speak
in it.
those things that are not as though they were. Speak those things that are not as though they were. I have it written down on my computer, you know. Begin to live mentally in a place, you know, where you're telling yourself a good story. You're encouraging yourself. You're speaking positivity over yourself. You're speaking life over yourself, and you're believing it, you know. But speak those things that are not as though they were. So you're speaking things into existence. It's almost in a sense that you are prophesying over your own life. There's a certain belief that is connected to that. You know, faith of a mustard seed can move mountains. So all it takes is an itty bitty amount of faith in order to make big things in your life, to you know, do something great, or to change and to grow in an area, or be intentional about the direction, or for a situation to change even. You know, a big part of that has to do with belief. A big part of that has to do with faith. Another big part of that has to do with you speaking the right things into existence. And that's why I say prophesy over yourself. Speak those things that are not as though they were. So even though your situation might look like X, Y, and Z, it doesn't have to be that way. So begin to speak life over it. Begin to speak something greater over it, you know, that things will begin to change in that situation, that things will begin to grow, that you would move past it, that maybe strongholds or something that's been giving you resistance and friction in that area would break down. And you would be able to say, oh, haha, have that moment where it's an explosion moment, because you're like, yeah, this wasn't congruent to what I wanted. And then bam, I kept speaking something into existence, and I kept practicing this, and I kept believing it. And I just saw it through. I saw it manifesting and so forth. And so I manifested. So it manifested itself because you chose to speak it into existence. You chose to believe, you know, in faith. You chose to prophesy over yourself and speak something. Speak words of power. There's one thing that we'll be judged for at the ending of days, whenever that time is for you and me and everybody else, the things that we say. The things that come out of this lip right here, these lips right here, the things that we utter out of our mouth. So I would choose to speak the righteous things over myself. I'll choose to speak life over my situations and circumstances. I would choose to speak life over my brothers and my sisters, over the people who I come in contact with. I would choose to encourage. I would choose to love on people. I would choose to build up people with this tongue that I have. I would choose to speak fruitfully over somebody and not cut somebody down, not beat somebody up. Tom is pointing to the just be can. You know, and that's it is. I choose. It's a choice. You know, we can shoot ourselves in the foot and say, hey, we're believing for all of these great things, and then the wrong thing comes out of your mouth, which wasn't congruent to what you wanted, which didn't coincide with any of that whatsoever. So that's what shooting yourself in the foot looks like. You know, it's up to you guys. That's part of that heavy lifting that we're always talking about. And everything, I'm almost done. And everything you do, worry less. Worry less. Worry doesn't add to you. It takes away from you. Worry builds up anxiety within you. You know, worry less, because worry is a weight that we don't want to begin with. Worry gets us stirred up in the wrong direction. It gets us emotional in the wrong text. It gets us going in towards the wrong energy. That's not what we want, because we can't add to ourselves in worrying over anything. We're only in control over the things that we're in control of, and the past is already over. So it doesn't matter in the text that it can't affect you today, because it's over. So what's yesterday is yesterday. What today is you just have to take today in itself, because that's your daily bread. We only have today. That's part of living in the now, living in the moment of right now. We hope for a better tomorrow, but you have to be intentional about who you are today, the things that you're speaking today, how you're living today, the things that you're even thinking. If something is in your mind that isn't right, you have the power and the ability to take your thoughts captive. Anything that you know shouldn't be there, fill it with something positive. Begin to speak something other than what you're thinking that is negative. You have that power. You have that capability. You don't have to allow your mind to run rampant. You could speak peace over yourself. That's a kind of peace that surpasses all understanding. Your mind doesn't have to be racing 1,000,000 miles an hour. Your mind doesn't have to be racing and restlessness, my sister.
And brothers.
You know? Yeah.
Today is the thoughts that you have given it. Whether those thoughts were 30 days ago or were yesterday, of your thoughts of what today should be. You gave it the thought process. So whatever today holds is something that you have put within here. So what do you want your life to be? Tomorrow? 30 days from now? A year from now? It all starts with a thought process that you put to it.
That's right.
The power of those thoughts is what we're talking about within here.
That's that co-creating, Thomas. That co-creating. We can create anything we want to. I honestly, firmly believe that. I thought this guy, Mr. Warden, was kind of full of crap a couple of years ago when I met him. I was, no way, this mystical stuff. I began to put some of these things into practice, and I began to see the power that's behind it. The power of speaking good things over yourself. Speaking light in the midst of darkness. You know?
Simple little practices that you can do all along. And it all started with the belief within you and having gratitude for what you have within life and learning that your thoughts is the power of the direction of your life. Simple. And people make it so complicated sometimes, but it's okay. We're rewiring because you are programmed. You may not think it, but there was too many hours that y'all can probably tell me that y'all wasted behind a TV for many years. There's many hours on some radio stations that y'all listen to that didn't bring any enlightenment to your life. Just music to tap your feet, but yet didn't bring enlightenment into your heart of where the true happiness is at.
Well, let's pretend that our brains, it's a big factory, you know, and you know, like you have all your workers and they're working towards one goal, and you decide what that goal is. You decide what direction they're heading. You decide what they're actually going to be producing. You can decide that because you're the owner of that factory. You're the manager of it all. So the same energy that it takes to think something negative, you could be thinking something positive. The same energy that it takes in order to worry, you could be intentionally directing towards happiness, towards abundance, towards things that you're aspiring for, towards your goals. You know, and you could produce whatever you choose.
Do y'all know that y'all are a CEO of a temple?
Oh, yeah.
CEO of your temple, because you have over 1 million workers working for you at all times that shoots off from that computer system up top to tell my finger to say, hello, how are you? I'm moving these fingers. Why? Because I sent a signal from there to here to tell those workers that are working inside of me to move these fingers. To wave, to point, to pick up a pen, to write down in the journal. Those words, oh man, I was wired to learn how to write. Oh, wow. Yes, we are powerful. We are beings of the highest. We were made in his image. Now see yourself within his image. Go look in the mirror and see that beauty, that handsomeness that you can see within that mirror this morning. And go say, you know what? Thank you for creating me today. Thank you for creating this life that I am in. Thank you for the places that I am going and the dreams that I do have. And I have that availability of choice to believe within me, my courage, my wisdom, my knowledge, my physical ability that I have today. And the more that is coming to me tomorrow. It's been an awesome day within here with all the life motivators from across the world. We come in here to share our time with you, our love with you, our energy with you, to inspire you to know that you are greatness. That's it. We're going to wrap us up with Miss Shannon's affirmations. Go ahead, Miss Shannon.
Morning, everybody. Today, I believe in myself, trust myself, love myself, respect myself, honor myself, appreciate myself, and value myself. I am a beautiful person, and I let each of my thoughts and actions express that belief. I may not be able to control every situation and its outcome, but I can control my attitude and how to deal with it. I've got to speak what I want into my life, but far beyond that, I have to believe what I want into my life. It's not enough to speak it. I must believe it, or I will never see it. So for that, I believe in me.
Believe in me. Thank you for those powerful words, Miss Shannon. Thank you, Brother Julio. Thank you, Kristal. Thank you, every life motivator that has come in here today. We love and appreciate you all. Y'all have a wonderful day. See y'all tomorrow.